Did you finish your vegetables?
Why do I suddenly feel like I'm listening to a Pink Floyd album?
You can't have your playback if you don't set your stream key. How can you have any playback without your stream key?
AJ, I'm sure it's been a while since you've been on Tinder, but I got to say something real quick here. I just want to put this out there to all the other Tinder users on the planet. Listen, you guys.
God, are you advertising yourself on Tinder right now?
Oh, God. No, even my Tinder profile doesn't advertise myself. Even my Tinder profile makes me look like a horrible person, which is fairly accurate. I read a profile. I read a profile on Tinder that said, if your favorite Radiohead song is Creep, swipe left. I was like, how about swipe right if you even like Radiohead? Like, that's already putting us closer into the same, category. But like, and don't get me wrong, Creep, yeah, overplayed, right? But swipe left if that's your favorite one. I don't know. That's just a hard pill to swallow.
I'm gonna totally kill your joke here, but does swipe left mean like to save for later, or is that to like discard it?
I'm so fucking done with this conversation. Let's start this show. This is PSVR GamesCast Live, where we film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern live. We're doing it right now. It's live. Right now it's live. If you're watching it later and watching us say right now, it's not live, but don't forget, you can always leave comments below, and me and AJ will probably get around to answering those comments or kicking it with you in the comments section, talking about all the nonsense that we talked about in the future, but later, which means it's in the past. My name is Brian Paul from this channel right here, PSVR Without Parole, and this gentleman over here to my right, it's AJ from PSVR Underground. The Underground.
What is
PSVR.
up, man?
That's not how it's...
just PSVR Underground. That'll do. Thank you. What is up, man? What is up, Game Cats? So good to see you. Happy Monday. And we are here, Brian, to ensure their Monday sucks just a little bit less.
This much less. Not this much less. This much less. Just a little bit less.
Like this much less.
Whoa, baby! that is not a Tinder amount. That is a grinder amount. That is a 12-inch sub, baby. Listen, if you guys don't already
$5 foot long.
If you guys don't already subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground, make sure you click the link in the description below and join him over there. Because you know what? Eventually, one of these days, he's going to make a video again. And when he does, it's going to be epic. So epic. Also, if watching this without timestamps live is too much for you, Ollie, then don't forget that we do add timestamps later on from Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry doing God's work out there. He sends them to me a little bit later. I add him a little bit later after that, and eventually they make him into the show. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry. But also, don't forget, if you don't like watching our faces, these talking heads on YouTube, as they say, I don't know when talking heads became an insult, AJ. They're a fucking great band. Why is that an insult? Then don't forget, you can listen to us over on podcast services of your choice. Thanks to J Meow, getting these things up and running in MP3 format, audio podcast services of your choice. And also, don't forget, you can join us over on Discord. Click the link in the description below. That is where these conversations, ridiculous conversations like happen pretty much 24/7. Zombie5150 in the chat asks, is this live? I'm going to answer that question with a simple response. No, it's Memorex. Let's make sure we hit up these tips before we get too far away from them, because I have a horrible habit of missing Looper's tips. So kicking it off with Looper, the Underground Gamecat in the chat with the €2 says, OMG, it was an audio jump scare, AJ. I think I might have had your mic up too loud. Is that what happened? And
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, guys, everything's terrible over here. Tell me in the comments live if one of us is way louder than the other one, because I got comments on Friday's show that said Miles was way louder than me, and I was like, if anybody told me that during the 2.5 hour show, we could have fixed it and then not have a 2.5 hour show that was tough to listen to. So please, guys, I need your help. Thank you very much. KillerCell777 forever with the $2 tip. Sends us is that a cat? or is it a fox? It looks kind of like a fox, but thank you so much. Can never have too many adorable animals around here. Isn't that right, AJ?
Yeah.
Good talk.
What were we talking about?
And then finally, to clean up the housekeeping, because there's a lot of housekeeping to clean, don't forget you can hook us up on patreon.com/withoutparolegames for $1 a month, $3 a month, $5 a month, or whatever a month you choose. For the $3 a month tier, you get your name on that little scroll that goes endlessly down below, or you can join us on voice chat on Discord, which otherwise is totally free. And for $5 a month, you get some exclusive videos. Soon enough, I will make sure that everybody that's donating anything on Patreon at least gets like some kind of litter box episode every single week. I just need to get into the routine of doing that. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for you all to be there.
You have had way too much coffee today. This is like, we're going on 7 minutes and you're still doing the intro. I mean, this is like a 10-minute ad. This is like movie theater ads, trailers, except there's no trailers right now.
The Arizona Sunshine trailer has been playing for 7 minutes straight. What are you talking about?
You could have put a better trailer on there.
Right. I could have, but I did not. AJ, if there are people out there that want to support us in some other kind of way, what can they do for us?
They can change their name to something GameCat related, something GameCat adjacent, as you or something GameCat adjacent like to say. And this week we have one very special single new GameCat to welcome to the Gamecat Dojo. There's probably a lot more, and you probably just found one.
So listen, before we even give a shout out to the one person who changed her name to GameCat over the last 2 weeks, I do have to tell you that like this is the only one I found. That's it.
I got it.
You know, we fall out of the habit of giving shout outs to people who change their name to GameCat, and then people stop changing their name to GameCat and then forget what it is or don't know what it is. GameCats, loyal followers, PSVR without parole, we love you oh so very much. AJ, who changed their name to GameCat this week?
The one GameCat who shall be named is Serial Killer, the 7-Eleven Slurpee GameCat.
It's a great name. Who doesn't love a Slurpee?
Then I had his kidneys with some fava beans and a 7-Eleven Slurpee.
I don't think that's a direct quote from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I don't know. Don't forget, guys, if you want to shout out on next Monday's show and you want to support the channel, feel free to change your YouTube/Google name to something, the GameCat, and we'll give you a shout out next week. Hey, Tornado, how's it going? All right, man, let's get on with the show. People are requesting we get on with the show. Not people so much as you, AJ, but let's do it, man.
I'm bored. Let's go.
I mean...
Entertain me. I'm up here to be entertained. I'm not here to entertain anyone else, Brian. I am here to be entertained. Entertain me.
Tornado wants to be entertained, and so you know how this works.
Entertain us. We're together on this.
All right.
See, she agrees.
She does agree. And she loves to make my job way more difficult by getting right in front of the keyboard, sitting on the mouse. Hi. Yep. By the way, she doesn't do this. Hey, it's a cat butt. Look, cat butthole. She doesn't do this all day long when I'm sitting in front of my computer. Only when we're doing the show. She's like, he's talking. There must be people out there watching. AJ, last week, Sin Studio, makers of Swordsman VR, announced that they have another update. If you can believe it, the never-ending updates to...
Never stop, baby. Never stop. I don't care what Brian says. You update your hearts out.
Another update to Swordsman VR. This one called the Finisher update. AJ, what does all this entail? What's going on here?
Well, first of all, okay, this is basically just, they gave us a little bit of teaser. I don't know if you have any more information, but Swordsman is now adding something which they promised before, which is the ability to do finishing moves. So from the teaser, you kind of see the enemy just kind of stagger a little bit. It would be awesome if they actually had the voice. I'll do the voice in the studio. Just hit me up and have it go, finish him. I'll work on that.
Or if you want a good voice actor to do it, I can take care of it for you too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the enemies are capturing our control point. Like, just telling you, man. Just
that
telling
was
you.
World War II. Is that how people? You sound like Crazy Taxi in World War II. I'm just saying. You're definitely not a method actor, is all I'm saying.
Listen, you don't know my method. My methods get things done. Is that how it goes? My methods work. I don't know. Yeah, man. So basically, yeah. So it's very, very simple, right? This seems to be one of the smaller updates that have come along. What happens is when you usually kill an enemy, their HP gets to 0. Usually they just fall over and die, and then that's kind of it. That's the end of the story. But with this, the Finisher update, now there's a percentage chance, a random percentage, that dude's just going to fall to his knees and wait for you to execute him, right? And then you can like chop off his head. I'm assuming most people are just going to chop off his head. Some people are going to get stabbed in the eyes. There's all sorts of typical ways and things to do. And then he's dead, right? Do you think this feels to me like very much like a streamer update, right? An update that streamers will appreciate because they get to get a little bit more dramatic and a little bit over the top. But I feel like from a gameplay perspective, it's going to get old relatively quickly, right?
What do you got against streamers, man? So I am curious about, what is this specifically? Because they already have chronokinesis in the game, which is basically a fancy word for slow motion. And they have the option to do that whenever you deflect a sword attack or parry, or they have an option where you can do manual chronokinesis and slow down time. That shit, I don't know, man. I have to disagree with you a little bit that this isn't just a streamer thing. This is for the people that play the game. There's a lot of people that play Swordsman, and what they love about it is being able to sit there and experiment with it and mess around with it, Yeah. And this is just one more thing to experiment, mess around, and have fun with. Will content creators can they take advantage of it? Sure. They can make cool videos out of it. But I'm curious to see like what happens other than just like everything slowing down or the person is weak and lets you do a finishing move. It would be awesome if they have it polished up, or maybe even in the future, if it's not something where you can like maybe it does slow down time and you can like literally slice them into tiny little pieces, or something,
or Metal Gear Rising Revengeance or something.
That's
right?
Exactly what I was thinking about. Something more intricate like that, or grab their head and rip it off. They usually do an update and then like over time they polish it more. A lot of people do that, and this has the potential to do that. But as of right now, I don't really know. But man, would that be cool if you could really get into it and do different different things, maybe even some secrets, like when they're downed and ready for that, you pull something out of you pull out some flowers and it's like friendship. I know I'm ripping off Mortal Kombat a bunch, but just Mortal Kombat the fuck out of it is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a game that was sort of founded on like attempting at least to be somewhat realistic with physics, like realistic physics and like like realistic one-on-one sword fighting combat. But I think that might be not what really people are looking for. I think people want it to be above and beyond the crazy stuff, right? And I absolutely agree. I think they should Mortal Kombat the fuck out of this. They should let me throw down my sword onto the ground, walk over when the dude's like kind of swaying, right? Just the dude finish him, and then you run over, you grab his head, you rip it off, right? And spine's still hanging out, blood going everywhere. Like, just make it bloody as hell, and give us a ton of different finishing moves that we can kind of activate at that time that are VRAF.
Yeah.
Let me do the Kano punch into his chest and pull out its still beating heart, and listen. I still think that's very much a way for like streamers to go over the top and act crazy and be silly and be like, look at this, oh, right? And then all the kids go, oh my god, oh look at AJ, he's so great. And and I just like, and I just roll over in my grave going, oh my god, more of this. What are you knocking off the shelf? What is it? What? Come here. No. You are not getting away. You are coming on camera and hanging out, even if she wants to get away. Oh, baby.
No.
I just wanted to hang out with her. If she was
Yeah,
gonna
get that pussy under control, man.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, she's just like, she was looking for attention the entire time, and then when I try to pick her up, she's like freaking out. She never does that. Anyway, so I think this would be an amazing time to, I mean, this is a good first step, and I'm pretty sure that the first step is legit, just what we've seen in this teaser. Dude kind of sways a little bit, and then you can decapitate him or dismember him however you want to. I do think that the smart follow up to that would be, let's go crazy with it, Mortal Kombat it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So enough of that. That's coming sometime this week. I'm sure we'll definitely we'll check that out on stream. We'll be the streamers that I was just complaining about, and check this out on a live stream for you then. Something a little bit more substantial, though. Developers IO Interactive announced just a couple days ago that we're going to get a pretty big update for Hitman 3, and it's, I don't know about you, AJ, but it's sort of the only thing they could have announced that would get me back into Hitman 3, and that is the Ambrose Island update. Have you been following up on this? Have you been keeping an eye on this?
I have been keeping an eye on it, and it looks freaking awesome, man. It's an island. I mean, they had me at Pirates, and I was like, yes. And then I saw it, and it's like, more of a modern day Pirates. It's not like an R. It's more like the actual sea pirates that roam today that take over, ships and stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. The island, it looks beautiful. It's got a cool atmosphere about it, and I am super excited. This will definitely get me to jump back in, if it has VR support.
Well, that's an excellent point you bring up. So the description.
Oh, thanks. I thought of that myself.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't in our run of show at all. The official description reads: discover the uncharted Ambrose Island as Agent 47 and help an old friend rectify his mistake. The tropical island is a hidden cove, home to a dangerous pirate syndicate operating in the Andaman Sea and to many hidden secrets. This fully explorable sandbox location is packed with new targets, gameplay opportunities, challenges, and unlockable rewards. Ambrose Island is free for all owners of Hitman 3. Does not mention, usually in these trailers, in the title of the trailers, whenever IO does a significant update for Hitman, it's in the title: PS4, PS5, PSVR, that kind of thing. It just says all owners of Hitman 3. So I'm very curious. They do say more information on the upcoming location will come closer to release. So we're going to get our answer soon enough. But what's the likelihood here, AJ? Do you think they're going to bring this one over to PSVR? Let us play it fully?
I think so. You know why? Because a bunch of the post-launch content has had VR support.
Yep.
It'd be kind of out of character. It'd be a little weird for them to just say, yeah, let's just stop doing that. If they do, we're going to be very angry about it, and we're going to be vocal about it, of course. But I think, they've had all these like weird updates, these holidays, seasonal, Easter, even like Easter, Christmas, all these things have had VR support. Right. So I'd be really shocked if it didn't have it.
Yeah, and if you try to think about like the technical limitations of all of this, meaning like, oh, they created a new island, they created a new map for us to use, you would think that, especially since they gave us the ability to play Hitman 1 and Hitman 2, all in VR, that they'd be fully aware of the technical limitations when making something that's playable or not playable with PlayStation VR. So it would seem like a strange oversight, or who knows what the reason would be if it wasn't included. And so I'm going to just assume for the moment that it will have PSVR support, but of course we're going to know more soon. I reached out to them, no response yet. IO Interactive, not exactly friend to smaller YouTube channels, but hopefully we'll hear something soon, one way or the other.
They've been really cool, actually.
They've been a pile of dicks, AJ. A pile of dicks. I don't know. Like they're the kind of studio that like you reach out to, and you kind of see that you reach out to through official channels, and they just go, nope, nothing, no response. Just sits in their inbox the whole time.
Yeah, they're not super chatty, but they're also not American, and they don't, I don't think they speak English.
It. Not American? Well, then fuck you guys. Is that how it works?
Not American. No, but Well, yeah, maybe that's a bad point. I was gonna say, well, yeah, I don't know. They're racist, is what I'm saying.
I mean, that's the only answer. It's the only answer. Yeah.
No, but the what was I gonna say though? I got horribly distracted
With your racist
stupid
comments.
thoughts.
Yeah, for sure.
But so this new sandbox, I think, will have VR support. If anything, there might be like some sniper challenges, things like that won't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but traditionally, the new locations have had VR support. It's like there could be little things here and there, little certain challenges, little certain contracts that won't. But I think the meat of it will.
Yeah, let's hope so. I think. Yeah, I don't know. Well, like I said, it seems more likely than not. But I will say I've had zero interest in a lot of the DLC, in a lot of the events that have gone on. I haven't really cared. I jumped in to do the Easter egg hunt. I was like, I just don't, like.
Oh, you haven't done like any of it?
I mean,
I remember you texted me about it.
I've messed around in Hitman since post launch and just been like, this isn't what I want. Like, if I'm going to get back into Hitman 3, I feel like I played the crap out of that game for review. And then I just I don't care about the escalation missions. I don't care about, everything I tried to do. I was like, I'm just not really interested in this the way that I would be like a new map. They were charging way too much money for the 7 Deadly Sins DLC. That was like $30. And I don't know anyone out there who thought that was a good deal. And I was like, listen, if you're going to charge a whole bunch of money, bring us some really cool new maps. And then here they come with this for free. So it's just, I don't know. I'm a little confused by the way they're doing things.
I've enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins DLC actually, but I think I did buy it on sale. I did buy it at full price. I would recommend it on sale. I think goes on, it's actually on sale, I think right now. And it goes for pretty cheap, and it's pretty decent content actually. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it might be on sale right now for $15. I think it's unless that sale ended. There's 15 different sales in the last couple of weeks, and it's hard to keep track of what game's on what sale and which sale is ending at what time. And of course, we'll talk more about that in just a little bit as well. All right, man. Well, we're definitely going to keep our beanies to the ground. And as soon as we hear more information about the Ambrose Island update, you guys will be the first to know. You might be the second to know, but what are you gonna do? You know what, man? Let's dive right into that July sale. The new sale that just popped up on the PlayStation Store is July sale. There's a ton of games, 38 different games on sale, and it ends.
What was it? Was it Yuki? It's no longer. They're no longer doing. I mean, they've been doing big mega sales for a long time, but it seems like really often now it's everything must go sales versus just here's the new featured games on sale. No, it's these days when they have a sale, it's just everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it used to be a couple. Tankkeeper says $250%. Yeah, it used to be. Here's a couple titles on a couple PSVR titles in this sale, a couple PSVR titles in this sale. Now it seems every single one that comes along, it's 20, 30, 40 PSVR games. So this one specifically ends on July 20th. Like I said, 38 games on sale, and so rather than going through all 38, that seems absolutely pointless. We were just going to try to throw out a couple recommendations. AJ, did anything on this list jump out at you immediately?
Yeah, immediately the thing that jumped out to me was Republique by Camouflage, same people that made Iron Man. I really, really loved this game. I don't know how many people played it. I get the feeling not many, because I can see it kind of not looking like the most appealing VR game. But man, even though it's using the gamepad, it still found ways to tell me, to immerse me and tell me a cool story, and characters. And, I thought it was actually it was way better than I was expecting, personally for me. And the gameplay is very much the stealth mechanics and stuff, reminded me very much of a Metal Gear Solid Light, I would say. where it's not as fully featured and epic as Metal Gear Solid, but it had like some stealth mechanics that reminded me of like the VR missions and stuff. So immediately off the bat, that was $8.99 on sale right now. I'm a big fan of this game.
Yeah, it wasn't super expensive to begin with. It was only $15 when it came out. Republic VR Anniversary Edition, 40% off right now, $9. I'm with you, man. I had a blast with this. The only downside is that I experienced some game-breaking bugs that were kind of a mess that apparently have been plaguing the game since long before it hit PSVR. So that was really sad to see. I've heard people not experience that game-breaking bug. So the worst part about this is like I don't even know if I could, if I tell people, oh, just take this route instead of this route, right? And that way you'll avoid the bug. And then I've heard from people who said, oh, I did it and didn't experience it. I was like, geez, well, for $9, I think it's worth the risk to see if you run into that or not. But like AJ said, it does feel very Metal Gear Solid like, and I think that's by design. Some of the team over at Camouflage came from.
Yeah, I mean, this was fresh up. Yeah, well, maybe not fresh off because he did Halo 4 after, but not too long after this game was conceived.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the best deal on the entire list is Table of Tales. It's $10 right now, and it is seriously. Don't mind me. I'm just getting mad at my computer. But it's $10 instead of $20. You all should have bought it for $20 in the first place. But if you haven't yet, then this is great. For anybody out there who's played Demeo on Quest, which is kind of a multiplayer dungeon crawler that you play like with cards and dice and all of that. This is sort of the single player version of that. So it's got like a much heavier narrative, still multiple characters to control. And I think, to me personally, a cooler visual style, the way that everything kind of pops up on the table and everything sort of moves the way that it does. It doesn't have the kind of the awkward viewing stuff happening that I found the Quest game Demeo to have. This is just such a interesting little unique title for PlayStation VR. There's nothing else really like it. And so for $10, hands down, my favorite game on this list. Or the best.
A really good one. Yeah. Also coming to Quest 2. So if you stopped playing PSVR a while ago, grab it on Quest. Although it looks stunning. It looks really good on PSVR. So if you have the choice, I'd probably say PSVR because it's going to look a lot better. But really, really fun game. And it's pirates. Who doesn't love pirates? So for my second one, I don't know how many we're going to do here, but whatever. I guess for my second one, I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite games on PlayStation VR, period. One that I fight for on the top 25 list all the time, and that is Xing, The Land Beyond, is $7.99 right now. Man, I mean, this game has to be one of the most underrated, underappreciated games I've ever seen because it is just phenomenal. If you're on a maybe not for a if you have a base PS4, I've heard it doesn't look as good. But if you have a PS4 Pro or a PS5, you have got to check this out because it is a full length game. It is gorgeous and it has amazing. Some really difficult puzzles, but man, I mean, just visual effects and everything. It's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, this is some of the visual effects that you're talking about. Like sometimes you can affect what time of day it is. You can send the sun shooting down, the moon shooting up, and it really, like, standing there in VR and watching all the shadows move and watching the lighting effects change, like right before your eyes, in order just to solve a puzzle, having full control over that is pretty crazy. Xing, what was it, designed by 3 people. I interviewed them a while back. It took them 6 years to make, and that seems like a long dev cycle, but when you play it, you're like, this didn't take like 100 people 3 years to make. Like that's, they really, it was a kind of like a minor miracle that they were able to do what they did. It's obviously very, very puzzle heavy. So if you're not into puzzle games, I can kind of see, but like, there's just so much atmosphere to take in and, some light storytelling along the way. I think this is a special one. And I have to say, they updated the move controls after launch, and it feels really good to play this with the DualShock 4. But I'd absolutely say if you've got moves handy, that's the way to do it. I
loved it with the DualShock 4. I play it with the DualShock 4 personally, but it does have move support.
Yep.
Why don't you give us one more?
I shouldn't have drank coffee right when it was my turn to throw out a suggestion.
I heard that gulp.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Looking through the list here. Man, there's some good titles here.
You need help?
Gorn's Half Price. Dude, this is, you know what? I feel like every time it's on sale, we have the exact same discussion about it. But if you don't have Dirt Rally yet, I just want to reiterate for the 19th time ever, when this game came out, it was a $60 game, and then they charged $10 for the VR patch. It was $70 for me to play this at launch and to do the review. It's currently $4. It's currently $4 to get the game and the patch. The retail price has come down from $60 to $20, and so it says it's like 80% off. But really, if you've been waiting since this thing launched to pick it up, then it's like 90% off. It's absolutely insane. It's actually like 95% off. I'm not going to try to do math right now. I should have stopped trying to do math before I started doing math. One of the best racing games on PSVR. One of the few racing games on PSVR. It looks stunning. Looks even better on the Pro and PS5. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Got to pick this one up.
Dark Souls of racing games.
I mean, it really is.
It's
it really
so
is.
difficult. It's really good, though. If you have a racing wheel and you don't have this already, though, it's like, what? I love it with the racing wheel, personally.
Don't get frustrated if you're trying to play this one. It takes a little while to learn the call outs. Your co-driver in the passenger seat, he's yelling to you. But once you get the hang of it, it's better than having a map. Like having to look. You never have to look off the road. Once you learn the call outs, you
just drive with your eyes closed.
Maybe you can drive with your eyes closed.
So on point. No,
I cannot drive with my eyes closed. All right, man. Well, let's get to the topic of the day, and that is just how amazing Dreams is these days. I don't know. I'd love to hear from all the cats out there in the chat. I don't know how many of y'all have been keeping up with new Dreams creations, especially the ones you can play in VR. But certainly let us know what you've been playing in the chat and if you've been keeping up with Dreams. But for today, we've got a small selection of some really cool Dreams that, I don't think that we've talked about at all yet here on Without Parole. Maybe you've talked about some of these over on your channel, though, AJ.
Done a couple streams, yeah.
Yeah. So let's you're one of those streamers, huh?
Yeah, I'm one of them streamers.
Let's get started with I'm gonna guess probably the newest one on this list. And that is called Somewhere Between Part 1, A Walk in the Park. And if you're on Twitter at all, then you've probably already seen this. But I finally played it today, and I'm super, super happy. And there it is. That's the one. This one's by Bad Robo, kind of famous in the Dreams creation community. Before we even talk about the gameplay, I think it's going to be fairly obvious that what needs to be called out here are these absolutely redonkulous graphics. Dude, is this not like the most realistic thing you've ever seen in Dreams?
I haven't actually played it, so I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is like one of the most realistic things I've ever seen in Dreams. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Funny that. Yeah. It's
not surprising at all.
Not at all. Bad Robo is just a master.
I've played many of his other works. Thunderstorm in the Rain, something like that. Forest in the Rainstorm, something like that. Everything he makes is very focused on just realism, and it's a little bit of mix of realism, a little bit of mix of fantasy, and always looks really impressive.
Yeah, this is the second I stepped into it. So it starts off and it's like kind of blurry, right? And I'm waiting for it to come into focus, and I'm just like, I was like, oh, maybe this is just gonna look bad in VR. Maybe he just used too much thermo, and this isn't gonna work out very well. And then it kicks in, and it's all like not the highest resolution I've ever seen, but freaking pretty damn high, where I'm just still absolutely blown away. And I'm just walking down this path, and you can see here, even on the flat screen, you can see that out in the distance, it's just, there's just so much more going on. And if that's like a flat JPEG or something, then I couldn't tell. It was implemented so well that it just seems like the scenery goes on forever. There's buildings in the background. There's little hints of things happening. There's a seaside, and you hear some girls laughing, and so it's very much like a walking sim. But I'm going to tell you this right now: it's inspired, whether he says so or not, inspired by PT, because it's this short little walk you take through the park, and this portal brings you back to the beginning over and over with little things that change each time. And so this, what seems like a very wholesome walk in the park, suddenly it takes a dark turn, and things are not quite what they seem.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been planning on checking this out soon, so yeah, I can't wait to.
Yeah, it only takes a few minutes. This is not, I would say maybe like, even if you stop and smell the roses, literally, like 5 or 6 minutes. It is not going to take you very long to get through, but it is absolutely a technical marvel. One of the greatest things I've seen in Dreams so far, especially because I think we've all gotten so used to, especially if you haven't been in Dreams for a while and seen what people are capable of these days, we've all gotten sort of used to that cotton candy look that a lot of Dreams have to them. And so like Dream, you can tell from like a mile away that you're playing a Dreams game. You can't tell that at all here. If no one told you it was in Dreams, you wouldn't know. It's actually really cool.
You should have called it PT in the park, like everyone in the chat saying.
PT in the park. Yep, for sure. And this is part 1, so I can't wait to see what he does next.
Excellent.
One of the many creators that I follow who, very seldom does anything that's not impressive. Look, you can even read the note. It's very high resolution. So,
excellent.
I'm gonna bet, AJ, that you have played the next one because it's been around for a little bit longer, and I think the second everybody sees it, they're gonna know exactly what it was inspired by. And here it is. This is Your Train Arrives on Platform 3 by Martin Nebelong.
Right, and this is basically an imitation that he made when Unreal Engine 5 was first showcased. One of the first things we saw was this tech demo of a train station, and this is very much inspired by that. Another little artsy showpiece, if you will. This one looks pretty stunning in the headset, though. It is definitely an example of how powerful the Dreams engine actually is, and probably similar to the Walk in the Park one. This one also has a little bit of a twist that I know you loved.
Well, the funny thing is when it starts up, it says press square 3 times rapidly if you like scares. And I'm like, and I didn't hesitate for even a split second. I was like, boom, 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 boom. Like, just like, give it to me. You get scares, give it to me. And so, so there's kind of I guess you call it clean version of this, and then a scary version of this. Not terribly scary, but certainly dark and creepy.
Yeah.
And you can see right here that it's the same train station here that happens, that it kicks you into a dark version of it. Then you're suddenly holding a flashlight. And so the lighting effects are just absolutely incredible. And then you start walking up the stairs, and it's just like the water just flowing down the staircase. And it's really...
This is some of the new water effects too. There's lots of new stuff that some of these artists have made because they've actually designed new flecks that help get rid of that cotton candy look. And so there's lots of new creations these days you'll see, and new water effects and things that make they just look really good with the headset on.
Yeah. This is I would say maybe on par with a Walk in the Park, because it's just obviously much different.
Realism.
Yeah, the realism, right? I loved it. Was shocking to see this subway train go by, or not subway train, regular train, I guess. And again, all the lighting was just absolutely incredible. When I turned around and saw like that orange hue, like the sunset almost thing, it's just everything just came together. And so, as much as we look at this and say, look at the power of Dreams, like, isn't Dreams crazy? Isn't Dreams awesome? It really, we have to point to the people making these things and just say, look how talented they are, right? Bad Robo, amazing. Martin Nebelong, amazing. Like, just like to not only have the capability of doing this from a technical standpoint, but also like the artistic there's a creative side to it.
Gravitas.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's just I always see video games as art, and I think Dreams is one of the coolest places to experience this kind of art.
Yeah. But it is also a demonstration of how amazing this engine really is too, and what it's capable of, and why I think Dreams hasn't even gotten started yet. Really, still, I know it's been out for a few years, but if they do like a PS5 patch and multiplayer and stuff, and if they don't, hopefully they don't ever give up on this, because this is really, really something special. It just takes talented people like this to come across it and get the time necessary to create things like this.
Yeah. Jazzy J, the Tower Mage Gamecast, says, "What's this called again?" And Oak V3D responded, "It's called Unfreaking Believable." The first one that we saw was somewhere between part 1, Walk in the Park, and then this one is called Your Train Arrives at Platform 3. Guys, I don't have the indreams.me URLs handy, but I will absolutely, when this stream is done, I will pin a comment to the Gamescast with the indreams.me links so that you can add all these to your playlist and check them out nice and easy. Okay.
It's called You Missed the Bus, man.
Dude, the next one I want to bring up is it is awesome in for a completely different reason. And I know that you played this one because I got this from your list of recommended games, and it's called World on Fire 2. Dude, after just talking about the Alvo Zombies update recently, I jumped into this and I was like, immediately could tell, oh, this is also inspired by Call of Duty Zombies, because it had a lot of the same mechanics as Alvo Zombies did. And this, so sorry, Alvo team, is way better. This is way better than the Alvo Zombies update.
It's because this is legitimately the zombies mode from Call of Duty that gets reused in different settings and stuff. This is literally, I mean, they make the same noises as the zombies, everything.
Yeah. But there's so much more going on here, right? It's like, so I should preface this entire conversation about World on Fire 2 with a warning, and that's that you can tell this was not designed for VR, because there's so much motion going on in the headset. When you're walking, everything's moving a little bit. You can tell that there's head bob, and so like if you don't have
there's a little bit of head bob. Yep.
If you don't have strong VR legs, I mean, I guarantee you will get sick. I've got strong VR legs, and it still made me go, oof. I'm like, good thing I just had a lunch, like.
Yeah, if it gets you the first time, give it stop immediately and then just go back again. Yeah, if you don't have the strongest VR legs, you kind of have to build your VR legs for this one. But it's fine. It will eventually happen. I remember the first time I played one of theirs, I was like, okay, that's a little rough. And then the next time I played it, like I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, but there's so much going on here, man. I think the scenery is incredible. Like it's just it almost like tells a story when you're just walking by and you're seeing all this stuff in the environment. It all looks really good. As you kill zombies, you're accruing currency. You can either buy weapons off the wall with it, new weapons, more powerful weapons, or you can actually take down barricades. I'm assuming this is all Call of Duty Zombies stuff. But you can actually, because you're right when you
all
start
the same
off,
mechanics.
When you start off, you're playing in such a small little area. I was like, God, this is a tiny little place to kill zombies in. But you can use the currency that you accrue to remove those barricades and start opening up the world more and more and more with every passing minute. And I was just kind of blown away by what a great like kind of gameplay loop this has. That you're constantly upgrading your stuff, you're constantly expanding the world, you're constantly exploring. It just feels really good. And some of these zombies are dropping upgrades as well, like to allow you to have like one-hit kills or just blow up all the zombies that are on the map immediately as soon as you pick them up. There's just a lot going on here. This is whereas the other games I'm just blown away by the graphical fidelity and how realistic they made it look. This game looks good, but it's just packed with gameplay. Like it just handles all that really, really well. Yeah,
and these guys kept the VR mode in just for us, by the way. It was not intended to have VR. They said it wasn't, and I begged them because I was like, "It's so much fun," and I really love Call of Duty Zombies, and this is like so legit. And they said, "All right, we'll do it." And they were a little reluctant, but then they did it just for us, literally.
That's amazing. It's amazing,
yep.
And I'm so glad they did, because it was just fun. This was out of all the games on the list. This was the one where I was like, man, if I had, okay, there's 2 or 3 games I'm going to say this about, but if I had all the time in the world to play this today, I would have played for another hour or 2. Because it just felt really good. I will say, obviously, again, it wasn't designed for VR, and so the aiming is not what you'd expect it to be. I'm sure if you played on a flat screen, it is spot on, but it's a little bit, the aiming's a little bit janky. It doesn't really affect what I thought of the game though. Just really, really good work. And this is done by I didn't give any credit for this one.
I don't remember.
Mick the Operator, or MC the Operator, however we go about that. So good job with this one. AJ, I don't know if you've played this next one. You've got to run a show. Have you played this one? Probably bring up the video.
Super GP. Yeah, this is on my list too.
Oh, nice.
It's on my playlist in the featured.
Excellent. Well, I'll also make sure in the pinned comment after the show that I provide a link to AJ's list of games that you need to play in Dreams, because it was very, very
65 helpful. Games and organized and it's got the genre. It's like basically a Netflix layout for Dreams games.
Nice. Well, this is called Super GP Canyon Falls, and soon we'll be showing the video will eventually transfer over to Super GT Midnight Race or Midnight GP or something like that. And it's what it is. It's made by the creator's name is Atheist SW, but it was made with, in Dreams, Super GP construction kit that was made by Nunjuana. So it's crazy that here we are, we're playing a game that was made with a construction kit that was made in Dreams. I mean, this is just, I feel like we're like, 7 levels deep in Inception. It's crazy. And I will say that I've played a lot of racing games in Dreams, and a lot of them impress. This one just felt like something special. It had a full grid of racers. So often you're on a track all by yourself. This one has a full grid of racers. It felt very competitive. And again, just absolutely stunning graphically. You're racing through this canyon. There's waterfalls off to the side. Again, very little of that cotton candy look. If you look down at your body, your avatar, it's got some of that cotton candy look, but the track itself just looks stunning. Great lighting and just great detail. And the sensor speed is phenomenal. I will say the only thing I wish this would add would it's got rumble support for the DualShock 4, like especially when you go over like little bumps and stuff in the road, you feel it's like a little subtle kind of thing happening, right? But there's no engine vibration, and I wish that there was kind of like something that would just kind of add a little bit more immersion. That's really the only complaint I have about this, other than the fact that each track has been released as its own separate game. I wish there was a campaign mode or something.
Yeah, this is the one that's on my featured list is a full game.
Oh, for real?
Like a huge game, lots of tracks and everything. This one I will say looks a little bit different. This is a remix of what I've used or what I've played. I mean, and this has really like what you said, what they did with the backgrounds and stuff. But the other one is like a really polished menu, tons of maps, tons of different things. Okay. But the big thing that stands out for me with these what are they called, Super GP, is first of all, it looks great in first person, being in the cockpit of the little F1 racer cars. But like you said, the AI of all the VR racing games, well, maybe except for one, Hypercycle Arena, which is like that Tron game that's amazing. This traditional racer has the best AI and of any of them. So it's really, really fun and competitive, like you said. It's always feels like a tight race. Feels like if you let up for a second, somebody's gonna pass you. It feels great and it plays great. It looks great.
Yeah, I'll do my best to find the right link for the indreams.me full version, because what they must have done was created all the different tracks as different games, then compiled them all into one big. Here's the Midnight Race. Just as impressive visually, but obviously it looks radically different because it's nighttime racing, and you get to kind of like say, hey, here's some cool neon signs and cool lighting effects for the track with the streetlights. Didn't spend nearly as much time on this one, so you're gonna see me crash and burn quite a bit here. But really, really good, man. I've played a lot of racing games in Dreams, and I think that this one for me looked and played the best. And again, as you mentioned, the AI is just spot on, and it really makes me feel like I'm racing against actual people. This is the kind of thing that when Dreams gets multiplayer support, if ever, these are the kind of things that I can't wait to get in and actually play with other people.
And PSVR 2 support. That way we can play Bad Robo's Dreams in full with 4K visuals.
2K per eye, AJ. 2K per eye.
2K per eye, whatever you want to call it.
All right, man. And I never would have found this last one if it wasn't for you. So again, hats off to you with this one, because and this is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in Dreams. I don't even know what to say. It's called Sword of Akaana, and it's by Luke_972. The second I started it up, I was like, I know why this is in your list, because it looks like Xenoblade Chronicles. But I just couldn't believe how far they took it. Right, so you start off, and you're playing in third person. You're a member of this party of 3, and it's very RPG like. You're running around, and you're selecting different cooldown attacks. You're just beating the crap out of this monster here, right? Very RPG stuff going on. It looks fantastic, but like what happened next is really the part that I couldn't believe, right? Because it started off and I was like, oh, this seems like it could be a pretty deep RPG. And then you get full control of your character once the fight sequence ends. And it's got this gigantic world. I crossed a bridge and I entered this town and I saw like 100 NPCs. And I was like, this must have taken them, or Luke, must have taken Luke forever to make. So my question for you, AJ, is how much time have you spent with this? Because I feel like I don't know how big this is, but it looks like it's a game I could spend days with.
So I've spent, I think, about an hour or two, I think maybe 2 hours with it. And yeah, I mean, like you said, man, so I'm not usually like a big third person VR person. I know like it works sometimes. Stuff like Astrobot I think is great, but I'm not always about just playing any game, just taking any game and putting it in third person VR. This is an exception because the world, like you said, if you actually stop and look around, it's open world and it is beautiful. Yeah. And then on top of that, it's just a badass RPG with really, really great mechanics. It is amazing. It is really, really well done and polished and is built like a, I love a lot of JRPGs. I'm kind of picky about it, and this one is just like everything I love about it. A little bit of Final Fantasy, a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles, and it is just kind of everything I love about JRPGs, and to experience it's. I think a lot of it is experiencing something like this for the first time in VR is like what really blew me away. And the soundtrack is great and everything.
Dude, the soundtrack, yeah, absolutely. I was like, this sounds like a fully fleshed out like AAA JRPG. Like I couldn't believe it. It seems like so much work went into this. Like, and that's. So let me ask you, man, because I obviously, I had a limited amount of time before the show to kind of figure all this out and figure out what games we were going to talk about and play each one of them. But again, this one, I didn't spend nearly as much time as I wanted to. So I collected a few things. I found, potions that I could pick up. And dude, I mean, if anyone out there thinks that you can't make a full-fledged JRPG in Dreams and play this game, because it really does. It's good. I mean, you bring up a menu, you're selecting items to use. It is just like, at least on the surface, it looked like everything I would have expected from an actual RPG that I would have bought off the PlayStation Store. Right. And so when you get into the town, this is my big question, man, is because like I need to know, like, how you playing for an hour. I've probably played this for like 20 minutes or something, and I was like, holy crap, I wish I had known how deep this was going to be, because I would have spent all day playing it in preparation for this. Like what happens once you get to the town? Can you give me a little bit more information on this? Or
So this is it's been a couple weeks since I've played it, so I don't know if there's been any updates to it, but I will tell you what might bring you down a little bit, bring you back down to earth a little bit, because I know what you're feeling, because I felt the same thing. But once I got to the town, there's like a mission board, and you can choose missions to do, and they basically consist of doing, taking out some enemies. Eventually, there's some missions in there that are like take out the boss and things like that. In the town, there's really just this mission board, and then there's an item shop, and then there's a hotel that you can like rest at and like restore your groups and everything. It really doesn't go so far. It doesn't really go much beyond this whole open area and then that little town right there. Mm-hmm. And even when the last time I played it, it did stop. It didn't let me fully complete everything. So I was giving it some time before I go back to it. It is called the alpha or the beta or something. I think
it's called final demo at this point.
Final demo, right? Yeah. So it is a demo. It's a big demo, though. I mean, a demo that you can spend hours in. You know what I mean?
This is what I'm talking about, you guys. Look, so you walk into the town. Right here we are finally after a couple of battles. You walk into the town and it's just, I mean, look at this. Like, this does not look like a Dreams game. There's all these NPCs. You can't interact with most of them, but I did find one up here on the right that I'm going to talk to. And she kind of gave me hints about like, what I should be doing. And then even when you get into the next section of this town, then it's like hugely populated. This isn't even the town center. It's
you got to the next section of the town.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wasn't able to access that when I played it last.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to heal up real quick here, and then I'm going to run up the stairs and then go through the next door.
Yeah, no, this was blocked off last time I played it. So it looks like they've added. Yeah, you couldn't talk to that person right there. So
I try to run over to the left here and down this street, but that's an invisible wall. Can't wait till they remove that and let me explore. And then here we go with Leon Center, and just look at the number of NPCs here. They're everywhere. There's so many people. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So I think this is one that
I wasn't able to get to right here before. So
like I've been wanting to do more live streams on the channel, and I think that I'm going to I'm going to dig into this one either tonight or tomorrow. And so if you guys want to come hang out and see how deep that this final demo goes, we can find out together because I really want to spend some time with it.
Yeah, that's a new section I haven't seen actually. So I know they got it out the door and it had some things. It looks like they've been adding on to it and expanding and polishing it up. So yeah, that's really, really impressive. A pro tip, Brian, is if you think it looks impressive here, pause the game and go to the in-game menu, the one that they designed that looks like a real JRPG
that's right
menu.
Here. I'm showing it up right now as you're talking about it. Go ahead.
And then change the daytime to nighttime, and look at the city at night. Ooh. And man, talk about impressive. Like, yeah, it just looks even more impressive.
Nice. Well, I'm such a huge fan of nighttime in games, usually because of the lighting that they implement. So I'm certainly going to be checking that out. When I stream this, I will definitely bounce back and forth between daytime and nighttime. Big time. Yeah. Dan Keeper says incredible. The thermo should be busting.
Yeah, they optimize the hell out of this.
Yeah, good stuff though. Good stuff, and this is really, guys. This is just scratching the surface. So if you're interested in Dreams and you're still like, oh, there's nothing to play over there. I mean, nothing could be further from the truth. I've done multiple videos about Dreams that you should check out. AJ's done multiple videos about Dreams you should check out. We've done other GAMESCAST where we talk about Dreams games. Like there's just so many games to play in so many different genres that I know I get that like maybe $40 was a lot to spend on Dreams. Sure, and if you're not going to make any of your own content, I get it. But like when it's $20, you should definitely be picking it up. And
it's on sale for like $10 all the time.
That's true. That's very true.
But again, I think the warning goes out to if you have a base PS4. If you have a PS5, it's like all like everything is there's really no limit to what you can play and do. Yeah. And you'll see some of the best looking stuff. Before Dreams, I didn't even realize the headset could look that clear and that good,
right?
Until I played Dreams on a PS5, and I was like, wow.
Right? Like, it was like Hypercycle Arena was one of the first things I played on the PS5 in Dreams.
Oh my god!
When I hooked up the VR headset, it was like, what this can't be right. Like
so good.
This looks better than anything we've played in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a dinosaur. There's like a Jurassic Park kind of ride that uses actually move support, and it takes you through a whole bunch of awesome looking scenes. And there's tons of new dreams that I've actually updated my playlist, and it's got like I think over 65 games that I've handpicked. So these are all games I've played the shit out of. I have like over like 600 hours in Dreams or something. There's a lot of games and a lot of gameplay to be had.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Salvador with the $5 tip says, "Sup everyone? Dreams is so good. Don't forget to hit that like button." Thank you very much, Salvador.
What up, Sal?
Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. As I know this is so random, but Robert the Game Cat says, "You ever seen a Dreams game, man? At night?" Which is really my favorite character from Half Baked, Jon Stewart playing a total stoner. Being like, "Have you ever seen a movie on weed, man?" Yeah, love it. I'm a big Jon Stewart fan, but Half Baked is so fucking good. All right, man. You know what time it is, don't you? It's time for a little PSVR 20 questions. That's when I put 6 minutes up on the clock on the counter the way that Jeremy likes it. This time, AJ is the host, so he's picked out a PSVR game, and I have 20 questions. Let's be honest. I'm using you guys in the chat for your 20 questions, yes or no questions, to help me figure out what PlayStation VR game he's thinking of. AJ, do you have a game selected?
I was able to select a game during your 7-minute intro. So
Perfect.
I'm glad you did that because I forgot to do it before the show.
It's really what I was doing it for, right? All right. Well, then on my mark, guys, really, I need all the help I can get in the chat. Not only just questions, but as the questions get answered, I need the suggestions of what game it might be based on the answers. On your mark, get set, go. Does this game support analog sticks? Can you use analog sticks to play this game?
I knew you were going to ask this question.
Oh, good. We're off to a good start. You're AJing the fuck out of this game on the first question.
You were going to ask this question, and This is a very difficult question. Does it support?
Oh my god.
The joysticks? I think technically yes, but I would not assume that. I think technically it does. Going by the PlayStation Store, it says it supports the controller that has joysticks on it. I just don't know if you can actually use them or not. The joysticks specifically.
AJ, it took
you.
Go ahead.
You can use other buttons. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
It took you 54 seconds to answer my first question. There's no way this is fair. First question took you 1/6 of my time.
You'll be all right.
Okay, so should I assume that we should probably be using move controllers for this game? Yes.
Yes, it uses move controllers.
Okay, moves. All right. Dan Gear says, "Don't cheat, Beanie."
I'm trying to help you out. If I would have said yes, you'd be going down the wrong path.
Are we mostly shooting in this game?
Mostly, no.
Okay, so it moves. Some shooting.
Oh, god damn it! These are hard. Okay,
but these are questions we ask every single show.
You could be mostly shooting if you wanted to.
Okay. So some shooting if you want to. Is this game a stealth game, or could you play this game stealthy?
No, it's not a stealth game.
No stealth. Okay.
Hard no.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So it's not a wave shooter, Fat Balls, because also great name, by the way, because that would be all shooting, not some shooting. Is it? Yeah, there is shooting. Does it have dinosaurs? I love Scott Jessica's question. Does it have dinosaurs, robots, cowboys, or zombies in this game?
I'm gonna probably say no.
Okay. No cowboys, robots. We're eliminating a lot here. Zombies, dinosaurs. Okay. Is it a puzzle game? Asked Bambino Ramos.
It's not a puzzle game.
No, we know a lot about what it doesn't have. Is this a game that we ever talk about on our top 25?
No.
Okay, we're gonna assume the way he kind of laughed when he said that. It's bad game. Bad game. Not a great game. Is Mark Pringles Leaf asks, is it based on a known IP?
No.
Okay. Is there a flat screen version? Somebody else asked that earlier. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All we know so far is that there's some shooting, apparently, if you want to. It's got move support. Sounds like it might have DualShock support based on this. Is it
Don't
first?
use
Is
Pop's question.
Don't use Pop's question?
Yeah, so don't use Pop's question. Just saving.
Is there multiplayer?
There's not multiplayer. That's 10.
God damn. I don't know anything more about this game than I knew earlier. Is it first person?
It is first person.
Finally, yes. Okay. First person, mostly moves. Does it have cartoon style graphics? Ask Mark Pringlesleaf again.
No.
Okay. So we're gonna go with.
I see that. I don't want to give anything away, but I saw the perfect question you could ask.
Oh God. Well, no. Baby Hands is the only game we control baby in. Is it horror?
No, it's not horror.
Oh,
That's
God.
13.
We're doing horribly.
Somebody was
Are
spot on.
Are there dragons? Ask Awesome Tatum.
There are Dargans. This is what I was laughing about. Is that Scott Jessica named dinosaurs, robots, zombies,
Everything
cowboys,
but dragons.
pirates, but Dargans.
Okay.
You should know me better, Scott Jessica.
All right,
14.
But this can't. But this isn't Skyrim though, guys, because the DualShock thing would have been a super simple, not 1 minute answer. So that is absolutely not it. What other games have dragons, you guys? Especially since it's not a top 25 game.
Y'all got this.
Is this did this game come out in the last 3 months?
This game, I think, did come out within the last 3 months.
Does this have any rhythm elements to it?
That was number 15. Number 16, yes, this game does have rhythm elements to it.
Is this... Let's just get this out of the way. Is this Dragon Ride VR?
It is not Dragon Ride VR.
No!
It is Dargon Ride VR. Yes, it is Dragon Ride.
I mean, listen, I will say you had my interest. You had my interest because I was like, what other games have dragons and rhythm?
Dargon Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragon Ride VR that came out, what's the date on here? Came out, it says January 29th.
Yeah, way more than 3 months ago, but at least the cat's had my back.
Yeah, I should have looked at the thing.
It's all good. I was actually thinking like fungus in my garden. I was like, does that have dragons? I was thinking it has some kind of flying creatures. It might be dragons. I don't know. So that's kind of where I was going with that. But yeah, dude, the DualShock 4 question. So some of the modes totally support DualShock 4, and some of them require the moves. So you just kind of need them both on at all times and just hot
Even
swap.
when you use the DualShock, do you even use the joysticks on them? Because I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think you.
There's open
There is
area,
joystick.
off rails open areas modes that you can just fly around and explore using the analog sticks and.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like one of these games that the developers had something in mind when they made it. They're like, we're gonna make a game where it's like on rails and you fly a dragon and blah blah blah. And then somebody's like, well, can you give us a mode where you let us fly off the rails? And they were like, sure, okay. And then somebody else was like, can you give us kind of like a Beat Saber mode? So like while we're on the dragon, we could. And they said, okay.
Right.
And then somebody else said, can you do? And we're like, okay, we'll just give you fucking everything. And it feels like they threw everything into the game, and none of it kind of works together at all. So it feels, even though there's a ton to do, it's just like a bunch of little experiences. This is not one of my favorites.
No, and it came close though. Like it actually is a cool idea, but yeah, they definitely kind of just made it into like a meme game where there's not actually like much substance to it. It just, it was almost really cool. I really like wanted to like this more, but yeah, and it doesn't look very good either. It's kind of blurry. It looks like a game with great graphics, and then just the blur turned up to like 11.
Yeah,
and it's like,
something's kind of off about it. Yeah. All right. Well, it's time for us to get out of here. But thank you to everybody, obviously, who helps this channel run. All the moderators doing crazy ass work, not just here, but over on Discord. Remember, everybody, join our Discord. Totally free to join. Click the link in the description below. Also, remember to subscribe to AJ over PSVR Underground. That link also in the description below, especially if you want some extra Dreams content. He's got that covered. Thank you to everybody who changed your name to GameCat. Thank you to everybody who hung out during the show, helped me during 20 questions, donated during the show, and of course, all of you who sat back and watched the show and didn't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there, and we love you just as much. AJ, can I cue the cat?
Cue the cat, Brian, because I want to say see you guys Wednesday. To Bambino Ramos. Thanks so much, man. Dark Angel. Hello. Hi and bye. Awesome Tatum. Great job guessing the Dargans. You know me well, my friend. Matzer, Game Catzer, thank you, man. Glad you enjoyed the show. Twitcher, the single player Game Cat. Goodbye. What happened to the Swordsman loving Game Cat? Oh, V3D says Dargan's Lair 2. I think that's on PlayStation Plus. Kill Artist, the Dream Weaver Game Cat says, oh, I love Dragon's Lair. Lots of talk about Dragon's Lair. We're showing our age here, guys. Dial it back. Dial it back. Don't like it. Our age is showing. Shapeshifter, the Animorph Game Cat says Squad Dragons. Delirium X, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Endeavor One Ninja Cat in the house tonight. What up, man? Dan Kiefer, hello, thank you. This is a weird concept for Dragon Ride. I think it's a great concept.
All sorts of concepts. There's tons of them.
Yeah, guys, on fist bump to you. Kill a cell, baby, in the house tonight. David, the Game Cat runs. Eagle Flight, good call, good guess. Brack Bro says the ultimate agent. Fat balls, thank you so much. Means a lot coming from a guy with fat balls. Your long shadows. I got you with my troll there. Everyone thought I meant it when I said no, but it's Dark Ride.
I thought you meant it big time. I was like, what could it be?
I know, I like to troll a lot. I'm sorry.
Dude, best comment. Scott Jesco, PSN Harry Fellow, PSVR GameCat 4 Life says, okay, I've got it for next time. Does it have dinosaurs, robots, cowboys, zombies, Dargans, or ninjas in the game?
There you go. Now we're talking.
Hell yeah.
That's how you narrow it down. Dungeons and Dargans.
That's awesome. All right, man. Let's get out of here. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having an awesome beginning of your week, and hopefully we made it suck just a little bit less. Yeah, everybody.
Play more dreams.
Meow.